Hey everybody, and welcome to my TED Talk. Today I'm going to be talking about the toolbox and all the tools that I've gone into making my toolbox to help me succeed English and how y'all can apply them and grow the best in English. I grew a lot in my writing and oral presentation skills this semester, just all throughout English, and everybody will too, whether it's in those areas or other areas. Some of the specifics that I grew in my writing was just my hooks, was just really drawing in the reader, because in the past I would just kind of flow through and not leave the readers anything to think upon or question. So I really just grew in that area, and also my research methods, just making sure I pick the most credible sources, but also to just dig in deeper instead of just that first article. And then orally, I just really grew in my confidence, just being able to speak in front of people and just have the confidence to not be shaky and to just get into a flow and start talking. And also my time management, because I would usually always just fly through things, never make the time limit, but also sometimes I would go over because I would be so scared, and then I'll just blabber the whole time. For my project, I actually related it to direct tools that the people can compare and remember, and I hope you all remember them. For my first tool, I use screws, and I'm going to compare them to hooks, which are just things you're going to put in your writing just to make sure that the reader just remembers what you've written. It helps them to just really draw them in and keep them. For an example, I chose my multimodal project, which that's going to be an assignment where you're going to pick an item and do a review on it, and I chose the Nike Hoops Elite Pro Backpack. And I talked about in it how colleges used the backpacks, such as Ohio State and Oregon, that they used it, and I used it as a hook to make readers think that the big schools use it too, so why not use it? And it's just something I would have never done in the past, because either just being scared or just not even thinking about hooking the reader, just trying to get it finished. The hooks do go a long way because it helps them linger on your writing and make them think that it's better. My next tool is scissors, and I compared that to editing skills. And it's just really necessary for you to be able to look through your writing and be able to remove pieces that don't work, or smooth out the edges of just deleting certain words or improving in a word. Just to create the best final product. The biggest editing thing that I really grew in was actually not really just a me thing, but it was peer review. Just being able to give up your work to somebody else and let them look over it, because I've learned that different eyes can see things that you may not want to see or see just in general, and that it will really help you get the best final product for another person to read over. My next tool is the timer/watch. And the biggest things with that was just time management with oral speaking, but also staying on top of assignments. For time management, it was just, for me, just really getting more concise, and also just not too long or too short. Just really practicing beforehand is the biggest way that you're going to narrow down that time and just be able to get a consistent time and feel confident when you're going in there. And just staying on top of assignments is such a big thing, because in English, with the whole writing thing, you're going to have multi-drafts, multi-peer reviews and everything, and if you get behind, you won't be able to get that review over it and be able to improve your work even more. My next tool was the drill. I related that to my essay writing and the researching, which has just really gone deeper for me and can go deeper for you. The 3-part thesis and 5-paragraph essays they're gone. You're going to come into a more complete writing, because the 5-part's not necessarily bad, but it's just very repetitive. And in college, you're going to learn how to write just more to a college level and become a more complete writer. You're going to be using more scholarly sources and really even other sources, just doing cross-checking. And then from the Anderson Library, their #1 rule in your research process is your question. You have to narrow down what you're looking for, and just because it's going to help you go in a long way finding your facts. Because if it's just a broad question, it's going to bring a bunch of things in, but if you have a narrow question, you'll find the direct articles and stuff that you need, which really help boost your writing or in your presentation, having the best facts. My next tool in the toolbox was just the whole toolbox in general. In English 101 and English 102, you're going to gain so many skills like I have. So just really take attention to everything that you learn and take it all to heart, because it does stack onto each other and it does overflow into other classes, and you're going to learn that your writing may even influence your history, which may seem weird, but you're going to remember the keys that in English that you learned that are going to help. And everything does stack. And then finally, use everything that I've showed you and help you succeed. Everything does overflow into other classes, and English especially. Just being able with your writing, just be able to have your best and put forth your best every single time. And if you use these tools, you will excel in English and other classes as well. Thank you so much for your time, and go kill it.